Hi everybody, welcome to Midweek. Man, I've missed you. I've been gone for a couple of weeks, but we had some stellar guys filling in. Remember Caleb got from Triangle Lake, and man, that was a good one. Hey, let's continue to pray for those students from Thrive. What a great week they had down there. And we just want to continue to lift them up to the Lord. And I know a lot of great decisions were made, and some of them, the seniors are launching off, going to college, and I hear some of them are making some big decisions heading out, so let's continue to pray for them. And we have some freshmen coming in. That's got to be a big challenge, whether they're doing school at home or doing school in a local high school, whatever they're doing, charter, whatever the mode or place that they're doing school. It's a big change, so let's be praying for them. Then Pastor Jeff last week was talking about our neighborhood time. And I hope you had a chance, some of you, to do kind of some neighborhood work last night. I didn't have an opportunity to be with I did. I was with my neighborhood. It's a bunch of horses, fed them. They said hi. And then I went to a presentation. It was a missionary presentation. Had some of our GMT folks there and some others. Some folks at our church hosted a missionary couple. They've been doing some work in India. And man, it was an amazing presentation. Working with some folks in some areas that were really, really tough, emotionally difficult. They're doing some rescue work in areas of abused young ladies and trafficked. And really, really special time. Just amazed. I was kind of taken again by, maybe the breadth and the difficulty of the challenge, the emotional challenge, the challenge of the world, and just the depth of the evil that is in this world, and yet the redemptive power of God to send people. The story of this young woman and her husband, and how God rescued her out of abuse and brought her an amazing husband and put them together and their family, and how they've been serving God in India. So it was really kind of inspiring to me. So that was my neighborhood. I joined another neighborhood and listened to them, and Annie and I got a chance to go, and we were inspired by the gospel and the power of the gospel to change lives and give a hope for people. So whatever you did in your neighborhood last night, I hope it was encouraging and you had a good time. Hey, we do have a couple of things I want to just kind of bring to your attention that's coming up. Not this weekend. This weekend we're back into deep dive. We're going to be doing the last chapter there in 1 John. But the following weekend, the 14th of August, we're going to be doing our picnic again. It's kind of on our block here. In answer to your question, are we ever going to go back over to the park? Yes, we're actually looking into it, the possibility of being there next year. We're kind of looking at the pricing. What does it cost? We'll bring you up to speed on that. But this year, we're home in our neighborhood. And so on the 14th, it's going to be Sunday only, no Saturday night service, Sunday only, 10 o'clock service. Sunday only, 10 o'clock service. We're going to be out in the parking lot. Bring your tents, bring your chairs, party. It's going to be a great time. One service. And then we're going to go over to the North Block. We're going to have lunch together. And so we're going to be providing everything. It's going to be all kinds of good stuff to eat. And there's a lot of covered areas, so you're going to have everything that you need over there. And then a lot of stuff to do for the kids. So I love a slogan that Pastor Jeff uses. It's going to be low on agenda and high on vibe. And it's going to be just marvelous time. Sit around, hang around, plenty of stuff for the kids to do, plenty of places to sit. The weather's going to be perfect. So that's the 14th. It's going to be at 10 o'clock service, following with lunch. Hang around, go when you need to. It's going to be plenty of stuff to do. And so get that on your schedule. It's going to be a great time. So that's coming up on the 14th. I read through the Bible with a couple of different people. I do a kind of a series on Proverbs where I'm working through usually with a guy, and we do a proverb a day. And then I'm also doing another series through Psalms. And yesterday, I was in Psalm 136. I was struck by that Psalm. And it's 26 verses on kind of the reminders of why the psalmist was reminding us of why he gave thanks. And I was looking at this psalm and just kind of stirred in my heart again, why would he write this psalm? And I have shared this thought before. Giving thanks is not something that comes natural. No parent ever had a kid naturally learn to give thanks. You have to teach it. So one of those things, you teach your child to give thanks. No kid comes out of the womb going, oh, thank you, Mom. Thanks, Dad. It's a learned thing. You have to teach them that. And by nature, I think we have to be reminded to give thanks because we tend to focus on that which we don't have. We tend to presume upon the things that we do have. So when the psalmist is writing through this, I was really struck. He ends every phrase in this verse with, your love endures forever. But he starts 3 verses, give thanks unto the Lord. His love endures forever. Give thanks unto the Lord. His love endures forever. And then he goes through this beautiful repertoire, all of these things. He goes through creation, deliverance, judgment. And I was kind of struck because I don't normally put deliverance and judgment under his love endures forever. When I think of his love, I think of provision. I think of, loving provision, loving protection, loving care. I don't think of, God, your loving discipline and judgment upon other nations. But the psalmist is kind of going through and it's all answering, why do I give thanks? For what reason do I give thanks? And it was, again, just a wonderful reminder to me and maybe to us of the need that I have to fight within my spirit a world that continues to want to focus my attention on what's wrong. Every day, my world, my news tells me what's wrong. My news tells me who's failing. My news tells me what's wrong in this world. People often sit in my office and tell me why they are disappointed. People tell me in their relationships how people have failed them. And what the scripture encourages me to focus on with God is, oh God, how have you loved me? How have you delivered me? How have you protected me? Your love endures forever. Why does the psalmist write that? It's because my soul needs it. My soul needs to be reminded, and your soul needs to be reminded, because the world tells you every day what's wrong. Your world tells you every day how your needs are not being met. Your world tells you every day how your soul is not being nurtured. God reminds you every day how his love endures forever. Take a look at that psalm. It will nourish your soul as it did mine, and it will encourage you deeply as I think it did me. So make it a practice to give thanks to the Lord. This weekend, we're going to be back into, as Pastor Jeff was leading us last week, into Deep Dive. Next week, we're going to be just taking a break. We're going to be doing the picnic. We're going to be looking at a passage in 2 Timothy just on remembering the gospel and looking at the power of the gospel. Then we'll be going back into Deep Dive for 3 more weeks. And then we're going to be taking 1 week break, and then we're going to be doing a new series for the fall called Our Beautiful Messy Life. Can't wait to do that. It's going to be a fun series for the fall. So I can't wait to see you this weekend. Remember, on the 14th, 1 service, 10 o'clock, and then the picnic. Can't wait to see you. God bless you.